Hyperion and Helios are officially getting an evolution. The new Koro comic has just kind of revealed these two new bays. We're going to talk about these Hyperion and Helios evolutions, so let's just get right into it. Really, there's not too much known about these bays other than what they look like from the views that we see them in. We don't really know their parts, we don't really know their gimmicks, we don't even really know their names. Before we move on though, if we get it 500 likes on this video, that would be amazing, and hit subscribe to join the Nook Nation. Also, I do have a Discord, so if you want to join it, there's a link in the description down below. But now, let's move on. Let's talk about these bays. So the first one that we're going to talk about is this new Hyperion. Now, just kind of looking at the info that we have, we can really just look at the pictures. So taking a look at the core first, the core is a metal sparking core, which is pretty nice. Those are really rare to come by. They're going to be kind of expensive in general, so it's cool that we're getting a release of it normally. Looking at the chip, it really looks very similar to the old Hyperion chip. Of course, the design has been reworked a little bit, but it's pretty much the same thing. Now, where the magic for this bay really happens is going to be the ring, or the chassis, or it might be a fusion of the two. I'll talk about that in a second. But looking at the ring portion, you can see that it really has very similar contact points as the original Hyperion, except just really, really beefed up. It definitely looks a little bit chunkier as well. And also these contact points with just the ring section, it kind of reminds me of Imperial Dragon with its kind of really big edges. And overall, I like it. I really liked the original Hyperion ring, so if they just upgrade that, that would be pretty awesome. So earlier, I said kind of a fusion between the chassis and the ring, and that is kind of a rumor that's going on right now. That the ring and chassis may be fused together, kind of just making a giant, like a really thick layer portion. Another one is that the ring is going to be very, slim, just like the old Hyperion, but the chassis is where you're going to have the possible gimmick, and it's just going to be really, really thick. It really is not known yet, though, and we also don't know the driver either. But going back to the gimmick I was just talking about, if you look at this picture of Hyperion, you can kind of see these red glowing sections. Now, this bay may have a bound gimmick. A bound gimmick is kind of what you see in God Valkyrie, for example. So we may actually be getting that on this layer just because of these little red sections, but it may also just be Koro photoshopping the picture to make it look cool. Really, I'm not too sure. So now moving on to the picture of Helios. Now in this picture, I feel like we can kind of see a lot more with this bay, and we really can get what its gimmick is going to be. But taking a look at the core and chip first, we have a sparking metal core, which makes sense, and it's red when the one on Hyperion was blue. Also, just like Hyperion, we have an upgrade to the Helios chip, although nothing really too new here. But the ring is the really interesting part, because the ring on Hyperion, it had those red glowing sections, which may have been a bound gimmick. But in this picture, we can really easily see they're trying to show off a free spinning element. So looking at the ring, you can see the inner section of the ring doesn't move. It doesn't have any motion blur or effects going on. But if you look at the outer section, it has this tornado look to it. And you can obviously tell that it is in motion. So this kind of makes me think that these gimmick rumors are true. The Hyperion bound gimmick is going to be kind of locked into the ring section itself. And then for Helios, you can see it has free spin. Also, if you keep looking at this picture of Helios, if you look underneath the ring, it looks like you can just see the chassis right there. And is that 2B? 2B is the same chassis that is coming on World Spriggan. And I guess I would like to see something new, but the chassis gimmick just kind of works with this ring gimmick from this new Helios, because 2B is able to free spin with certain modes. So you'd have both the ring and the chassis being able to free spin. That really does make sense. And in the latest Koro comic, we can also see a bit of the manga look for these bays, because apparently they've already kind of upgraded in the manga. Although, yeah, the manga is ahead of the show by a decent bit, but there's a lot of differences between manga and anime. They're almost two very separate things here. But taking a look at the manga picture doesn't really help us out too much, but I did just want to show it off for you manga fans out there. And that is pretty much going to wrap up the just fully confirmed and slightly rumored news for these new evolutions. Now, these new bays are probably going to be releasing in November, and of course September, which is this month, we have Spriggan coming out, and Spriggan actually comes out here in less than a week. October, we're going to be getting the random booster, which we still have not seen many pictures of. It's crazy to me that we have real product looks at Hyperion and Helios, these new evolutions, but we don't know what the real Achilles Bay looks like yet. The only picture of Achilles we've seen is from the anime and like the 3D render of it, which is just really weird because maybe they just didn't have the random booster ready. Like they had, you know, what Infinite Achilles looked like and stuff, which is why we see it on the website and in the show. The rumor though is that World Spriggan was supposed to be a random booster prize, and then Infinite Achilles was not. Maybe they just do not have pictures of the random booster ready yet. They're probably going to do what they did for Death and Abyss Diabolos, which is not really show it off in Koro Koro, but just kind of just boom, here are pictures of it online. Here it is from Takara Tomy Mall. Really though, I would like to see Infinite Achilles pretty soon. But these bays are going to be releasing in November, and they're most likely going to be releasing in a new kind of all-in-one set, which hopefully has like a stadium, launchers, the new bays. It's kind of odd though how we're getting another all-in-one set. That is pretty interesting. Maybe the stadium is going to be reworked and it's going to be a new stadium. Maybe we're going to be getting new launchers. I'm not really too sure. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. And also let me know what you guys think of the new Helios, the new Hyperion. Which one do you like more out of the two of them? I kind of liked the original Hyperion more than Helios, and that's kind of the way that I feel right now. I really think the new Hyperion design is pretty cool, and I just want to see this possible bound gimmick in action. But that is going to wrap up this video, guys. If you liked it, of course, hit that like button down below. We're trying to hit 500 likes. And hit subscribe to join the Nook Nation. I have some Nitro stuff coming up pretty soon, as well as a giveaway. So just stay tuned for that. I'll see you in the next one. Have fun, and bay away. Yeah, we're going to be giving away 10 World Spriggans, so just be ready for it.